All right, so I've got my thread here. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to knot my thread. I'm going to use 2 wraps. And I like to bury the tail of thread and the knot. So when I can, I work my needle under the edge. So it's sneaking in behind, and I'm coming in from the top of the strawberry because it will get covered there. So even if it does come a little bit loose, that's okay. And I'm going to work the needle between the background and the applique until I get to the edge, right about there. So I can pull that through. And then see, I can sneak that knot and tail underneath. All right, here's the stitch. Pull in a little bit so that you can see. All right, so I've left the thread at the edge of the wool applique shape. I'm going to come down 1/8 of an inch or a little bit more down south from where the stitch originates, and I'm going to come in about the same amount. I'm going to go through the wool and the background and then bring the needle up again at the edge of the applique, slightly beyond the edge of the applique in the background fabric. See this loop of thread? The needle comes up above that loop. Now, you don't want to pull this stitch too tight, nor do you want to leave it loose. I'm using a wool thread that is fuzzy, so it blends in nicely with the wool applique shape. If I was using a pearl cotton, the stitch would be more visible because the pearl cotton is a slicker, shinier thread. So let me see here. Let's pull this in. See if you can see that. And compare it to the way the stitch looks here. Can you see that the light is more reflected off the thread here than it is here? One is neither better nor worse than the other. You just want to choose the thread that makes the statement you want to make in your own applique. Don't make your stitches too big, meaning too deep or too far apart, because then you won't have the edge of the applique held down neatly in place. It won't be as secure. I like to bring the thread out to the edge so that it lies along the edge rather than popping up to the front of the applique. And part of the way you do that is by how you pull the thread when you're tightening your stitch. And see that one? I got it almost. It's grabbing the fabric a little differently than I'd like it to, but I think it'll be okay. Here we go, just like that. If I wanted a more prominent stitch, I could double the thread here. There's no reason why you can't. So where I'm using a single strand, if I was using a double strand, the stitch would be twice as heavy. And I have done that, and it looks nice. I've made these where I've used a contrasting thread on the edge of the applique. That's nice too. It depends on what you want people to see when they look at it. Here, because the thread blends in, your eye is not distracted by the stitching at the edge of the applique. Let me pull this over. Because the little seeds are done with single little stitches in black, that helps pull the eye into the strawberry rather than if I had stitched the outside of this with dark thread, the two would compete for each other, the line at the edge and the little black lines. I like it better this way, but that's today. Another day I might like to have black stitching all the way around and in the center. I hope this has been helpful. You will enjoy doing the blanket stitch at the edge of your wool applique. You'll be surprised at how fast it goes and how much fun it is to do. May you have many happy stitches. Thanks for watching.